Hi again. This is the second part of my vlog, my VBlog. I didn't date it, I couldn't remember the date, so I've just called this continued. You can watch VBlog if you want to see the first one. The music playing in the background, in case you can hear it, I'll explain again, is some friends of mine. They're called Paul and Kathy Price. The album is called Outside the Box, and it is Christian music. I like all sorts of music. I like things varying from Meatloaf to Paul and Kathy Price, from Phantom of the Opera to Pink Floyd's Bells. So my taste in music is quite varied. I wanted to just carry on with my vlog and explain about... I've explained about the tablets and the disassociation that took place then. Since then, it became apparent that obviously somebody was buying them, but it became apparent that nobody knew who was buying the tablets. Receipts were found, and we've narrowed it down to a certain day of the week where I go to a drop-in. And we're not sure really why or what's going on, whether or which part of myself it is. So I won't be going out when I go to the drop-in, for a while at least. I really am going to try not to take tablets. I want to try not to self-harm in any way, but I have to do one step at a time. The other thing, I guess, that's really got me down this weekend, and got a few of us down, so I have a very low self-esteem. I think a lot of the time that I am useless and a waste of space and not worth anything. For various reasons from my childhood, this is stuck in my head. And we have a phone line system here called Samaritans. I think it's called Befrienders abroad, in America and places like that, but it's similar to your suicide helpline. I phoned them, and the lady I got hold of, I talked to her for a while, and I began to pick up. I was wanting to self-harm. I asked her name, and she refused to give me her name. It's normal policy, they give out the name and location. So I asked where she was. She refused. This of course made me feel unsure and unsafe, and I began to fall down again, and she very abruptly told me things like, get to being more positive like you were just now. And her whole attitude stank. She really was rude. And in the end I said to her, look, I'm really sorry, but I don't like the way you've spoken to me. I am going to complain, and I'd like to know your name and or where you are located. And so she was saying to me things like, oh, it's not important, and I was like, it's important to me. And I said about complaining and stuff, and she was like, somewhere in the West Midlands. And I was like, well, there's quite a few branches in the West Midlands, do you want to narrow it down? And she was like, it's irrelevant, and I'm not going to talk to you anymore. This is the end of this phone call, and slammed the phone down on me. The Samaritans have a policy that they do not hang up on their callers unless they're being verbally abusive, aggressive, silent for long periods of time. Hang on a second, I just have to answer somebody at the door. I'll be down in a minute. Sorry about that, folks, but people in this house do not leave me alone. And they said to me, put a notice on your door saying you're videoing on the computer. And I'm like, oh yeah, and then you'll all be knocking on my door just so that you can hear, just so that people can hear you knocking on my door. What was I saying? Oh God, somebody remind me. Oh yeah, this phone call abruptly came to an end. It knocked me for 6. I ended up self-harming via cutting, and the cuts were much deeper. less of them, but much deeper than before. And actually, I think you may well have spotted the bandage there. They're actually on this side, the back of my wrist, not the front. They're to self-harm, not kill myself. Just check the time. Okay. I've really struggled with my confidence and with my trust of the Samaritans since. It took me a long time to trust them in the first place. I've had a lot of support from them, and that is good, but I am up and down like a yo-yo. I'm sorry, Tim, if you're watching this. The comment in my head was, oh, just like Tim, up, down, mostly. Sorry. I mean, I've cried today. I'm very emotional, very low, and so are a lot of my others, my inside people, as they refer to themselves here. And that's kind of what's been going on lately, and I don't know why I wanted to make these videos. I mean, Jen was quite happy to do it, but I kind of thought if I did it and I watched them, maybe somehow something will click, and I know I'm going to see how stupid all of this is, and I know it's all stupid, and I know I'm stupid, and I mean, for heaven's sake. Do you know, for somebody with an IQ of 135... Oh, sorry, Jem has an IQ of 135. I have an IQ of 122, I'm being corrected. But even so, for somebody with an IQ of 122, I can really be stupid. So stupid. I mean, I self-harm, I feel better. Then I feel worse. I'm a logical person. Why can't I see the illogicalness in that? Why can't I see it? Oh, never mind. Anyway, the person knocking on my door was offering me a cup of tea. So, I'm going to go and take it, but I've just really heard that the song I love most is on. Yeah. Sometimes, oh, sometimes it's love much more that I could do. You take me on the inside. Hear the words I know I'd say. I know all I got to do is just say out on your name. By my side, could you me? Oh, I call on your name, Jesus. You're here. And I'm going to leave it there. My terrible singing, and I'm really sorry. I just completely forget sometimes what I'm doing and drift off. That's actually one of my favourite songs. It's by a lad called Jared. He's part of the music worship band at Christian Outreach Centre. It used to be called that. I don't know what it's called now, in Brighton, England. I'm going to say goodbye because this is about to end, and I'm terribly sorry for the singing. Bye.